We're doing morning skincare. Oh boy, morning skincare. Hi, I'm gonna wait for some people to get on and then we will talk about Beauty Society. It's a skincare I've been using for almost a year, and the way my skin responds has been, since the first wash, amazing. And I shared my friends' links, pointed people in the right direction. I didn't think I was gonna start doing this with skincare, and to be honest, a Saturday live scares me. This is my first time starting my regular Saturday lives doing something skincare related. We might shave our face, resurface, night routines, morning routines, talking about products. Products of the month at the beginning of the month. They do have, Beauty Society does a product of the month where they highlight a product and they discount it each month, and each month it's different. And so I wanted to get on, say hi when you get here. That way we can start the conversation. I'm always nervous anytime I start a new day. And so on Saturdays, I want to get on here and do Society Saturday. I talk to a lot of people. Hi, Pam. And Saturdays seem to be the best day for everybody because Sunday we have church and all those things. So I'm doing Saturdays. And anytime you start a new bubble, it puts you in a scary place. YouTube itself can be really scary. And starting a new day is, and my husband's home, so we're gonna listen to him burp. But starting a new day is hard. Hello, Karen. So hi, good morning. It's 8 a.m. my time, and I'm gonna do my morning routine, and we're gonna dive in. I'm gonna start fresh since people are just now getting on. I use Beauty Society. I share Beauty Society, and it helps support my family. And then YouTube is just, it's my special home place where I like to do regulars. So, on Saturdays, I'm going to do skincare. On Mondays at 8 a.m., I always do makeup. And I did actually, I've tried, they have two. Hold on just a minute. My love. I'm live. Yeah. Okay, so he has his morning screams. Okay, so if it's not my kids, it's my husband. Okay, but they do have two makeups, which I think is great because it is skincare infused. Anytime you're using makeup that's skincare infused, it should not be replacing your skincare. It is a cherry on top. And they have a cream stick, which is very light coverage. I've tried it. If you know me, you know I've got my stuff and I like it covered. I don't love it. So the sticks for me weren't a fit. I did just try their Perfect 10, which is a liquid foundation. I'm Amanda Piper, hello. And I actually really loved it. There's a few things, and on Monday I'm going to talk about the makeup. I think I'm going to use their makeup on Monday, and I love the finish. There's just a few things. I love Saint makeup. There's a few things that it's hard, when you get into Saint makeup, there's a few things that it's hard to leave, and I can't leave because having everything in a compact, the price point, the coverage, well, the Beauty Society I found is really similar. You're back in a bag, you're paying more. And so if I can get the same look for less, bonus. So I do like their makeup. I like the liquid foundation. So I love makeup. And so makeup's my home. Makeup's my passion. I've always loved playing with makeup. Makeup should be fun. It's the one thing as an adult we get to still play with. So I love trying new makeups. But skincare is scary for me because I find skincare to be so personal. So what I did was I took a quiz. So in the description there is, hold on just a second, we were getting into that weird pocket I was talking about. And so where I started was, and there's a link in the description to click, and it's my link tree. So you can shop Beauty Society, you can shop Saint, you can get color matched, but you can also take a skincare quiz. And that's where I started. So I'm 44, and so I have maturing skin. And I also am oily. And one of the things that I found really hard with skincare was finding something for mature skin that's oily. So many companies, so many people, MLM, not MLM, anytime I go into Sephora or Ulta and I say my age, they immediately want to put me on a dry skin regimen for mature skin. I'm not mature and I'm not dry. And so it bumps me up to being really greasy. What I found with Beauty Society is my skin responded in such a positive way that it didn't take me from oily to dry. So what I have found with people who have dry skin, it doesn't bump them to greasy. What it did was it took me from oily to balanced. And then the way that it works with my makeup was the next one. I don't know what final solution is, so I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna get started. So I have maturing oily skin, and it just takes the think out of it, and that's what I love so, so much. And there's a few things I've added to my regimen since starting it. I'm not Jewish, so I don't know piano and printing, but this is a skincare life, so we're gonna go with that. Okay, so what it got me with was just key starting points, and that is a cleanser. I use the Set Me Free cleanser. It has a minty scent to it. It's a gel. You can open your eyes. It's not super foamy, and it's gentle, and it works with maturing skin. So Set Me Free is what it matched me with, and then it gave me Fake ID, which has a glycolic rejuvenating serum, and I put this all over my skin, and I love the way that it just kind of brought a brightness to my skin. And I've shared my skincare a little bit with some before and afters of before I started it and now, and there is an underlying brightness that I didn't notice until I put a side-by-side up. The next product it matched me with was something called Our Little Secret, which is great. It's a firming and wrinkle repair serum. And so I put this around my eyes, right here on my forehead, and then I'll put it on my neck a little bit. And this is just great for, it's a long game. Skincare is, again, super personal, but its key is consistency. What I did in my 20s, I can't be doing in my 40s. That goes with food, working out, and skincare. So there's a few extra steps. You gotta work out a little bit more, you gotta eat a little bit better, and you might have to add a serum. And so Our Little Secret is actually their product of the month this month. You can get it for 20% off, but you can also get it for 50% off if you set it up for an auto ship. These bottles are big. They're glass, and they last 3 to 4 months. So if you're gonna set up an auto ship, you set it up quarterly. You don't do this monthly. And so when you see the sticker price, remember you're not doing that every month, and everything runs out differently. My face wash will last me five or 6 months. And I do this morning and night. I use some of these products. So there's Our Little Secret, and then there is Anytime Anywhere. This is their moisturizer, and it's so good. And again, it takes me from being oily and bumping up to greasy mid-morning to balanced, and my makeup lasts longer. Having my makeup last longer is huge. All right, and then always my eyes. Your eyes are one of the first, they move the most around there's your mouth, but your under eyes, it's a different kind of skin. It's a thinner skin, it's a soft tissue, and it does mature quickly, especially if you're a happy person that smiles all the time, or an angry person that furrows all the time. And so I always add an eye cream. I started with Immortal Eyes. I use this morning and night. I have recently added a new one for morning, which is a caffeinated eye cream called Upgrade. And so you don't need both. If you're gonna start out with one, I say Immortal Eyes because this is caffeinated. So let's dig into me doing my morning routine and a couple of other bonuses that I've added to my routine because I've been using it for a year, so there's always little add-ons. But those are the basics where I started. It was getting the regimen and adding an eye cream. And that's where I always started because my eyes are the most important. I don't want the fine lines and wrinkles. So I don't splash water on my face. One of my little tips and tricks, and if you have questions about Beauty Society, please ask. I know ingredients are important, but I think trying a product and seeing what your skin tells you. Your skin's gonna tell you, I don't like this, I'm allergic to this ain't it. I used Saint skincare for a long time. It's not particular to skin types though, and I needed something at my age and my skin type that worked with my skin better. So what I do is I add scrunchies to my wrists because I don't splash water, I bring wet hands up. And there are products that people buy that are fabric to catch water running down. If you have scrunchies, just put them on your wrist and it'll catch the water from running down. And then I always have a microfiber cloth. So because I do Saint, I always have a ton. Any microfiber will work. I will say this, Beauty Society has a cloth, I don't love it. It's a little too plush. I want something that I feel like is taking things off, not, it just feels very thick and spongy, and I don't feel like it's taking things off, just moving things around more and not taking them off. So I use a microfiber. You can get bulk off of Amazon. You can get Saints. It's whatever you want. There is a link in my description for you to shop any of these things. I have my Saint in there. I have my Beauty Society. Turn on your warm water. Let's start there. So when I wash my face, I do, again, the Set Me Free. I just do one pump and it is a clear, bam, that's it. That's all you need. It's just one pump and then I just rub it around. And I put this directly on my skin, not wet. And I just rub this around and I get it everywhere. And then I'll add wet water to it to froth it up. But I like to make sure I can feel exactly where I put it. And again, I have maturing skin, I have oily skin, and this just takes me to balanced, and it's just so nice. So then I get my hands wet with my warm water, and then I just start pushing it around, and it just kind of makes it slimy. It's not a super sudsy face wash. A lot of products will call them Botox in a bottle, or they're gonna say they're gonna remove your spots. These products do say that. My experience is it has lightened them a bit. It does not take them off. You can see my spots right now. I've been using this for almost a year and they're not much lighter. I don't think a skincare product, a topical, can remove a discoloration on your skin very well. I think there's other things you can do, peels and those kinds of things. I don't do those. This is just, I don't do facials. I don't like facials. Hello, Kylie. And so I take a warm microfiber and then I just work it from top to bottom, taking it off. Okay, so with this, I just think if you're looking for something that's going to be like magic, you're going to have to go and see a facialist and you're going to have to do chemical peels and get those things off. I just don't think Botox in a bottle is a thing. I think there are things that will work for a couple of hours. I have one and I use it and I do like it. It is not going to get rid of my fine lines on my forehead. I can feel it working and I can feel it freezing for a few hours, but that's not going to be something that's going to be like Botox. That's just be smart. Be smart and realize that. So I just use my microfiber and get the face wash all off. Don't forget to go down your neck. That's one of the places I forget the most. All right. So again, if you have any questions, please ask and then let it dry. Let that water dry because your next products you want to be going into your skin. My skin sucks this stuff up. And one of the products that I added to my regimen was a booster, kind of like a skincare primer. And ever since I started using that, my skin, I don't want to call it glass skin because I don't like glass skin. But it does make it very smooth and it puts my makeup on because I love makeup. I always wear makeup. I'll do yard work in makeup. I'll go to the gym in makeup. But I like the way my makeup glides on and you could feel the difference when you're putting makeup on. Okay, so the bonus product that I got that I think is in addition to your collection, I like starting with basics and then building from there once you let your skin talk to you. Also, anytime you're introducing new products, try one at a time. So start with the regimen and see how you do. Then add the eye cream, see how you do, and then add this guy. This is the Revival Antioxidant Pre-Serum. It's an essence and it just preps and it gives your skin a starting point, I guess. I don't know. Again, when my skin tells me it loves something, I'm gonna listen to it because I'm not gonna be getting younger. I am 44. I'm getting to my 50s and I only do a half a pump. It says everything's unscented, which is good. Scent makes things dirty. And then I just pop this all over and then start rubbing it in. And I let my eye creams be my eye creams. I don't bring a lot of my products up onto the soft tissue right here because that's a soft, delicate area. And I think eye products are meant for eye skin areas. I don't let harsher products live on that soft tissue. Ever since I was a teenager, what I could afford was Oil of Olay, Garnier. I always went for eye creams as a teenager because I wanted it to, I didn't want to get older. I was like, it's not going to happen to me. I'm not getting older. So I add the essence and then I start diving into my regimen. And so I'm going to go into the Fake ID, which is the glycolic serum. This is great for spots. This helps you lighten. This helps you brighten. And it's good. This is my thing. If it's good and you like it, it works. Try it, see how your skin talks to you. And so again, I do a half a pump. So you're using about a pump a day when you're using things. There's morning routines, evening routines. Okay, you just brought your travel size set and the eye cream. Yes. I know you got the Immortal Eyes. I love that stuff. And that's where I started. and it's just, you're gonna love it. And I like trying, I always tell people, anytime you're trying a new product, try the travel size. The travel sizes were only available for 4 days last month, and I'm hoping they come back again. I heard they only do it once or twice a year, and they've never done a full regimen in travel size as a set before. So that was the first time. So if you got it, yay. Yay. Okay. But anytime I do this with my hair care. So, and my setting sprays. If I try a setting spray, I get it in a travel size. When I try my hair products, I get the travel size to see if I like it. Then I'll buy the full size, and I'll just keep refilling the small one because it makes them easier. The nice thing about Beauty Society also is when you decide to go and do the full regimen, you'll get these glass bottles. The Night Shift Lip Mask. I have that, and wait, I do. I use it at night. It's right here. I love this stuff. I get cold sores, and this took my healing up a level. Like putting that on at night, my cold sores, once they hit the healing phase, they're just red now, but just the skin, I'm fine. But this stuff, once it was to the healing point, I'm trying to dull it down, that stuff worked so good. But when you get these, when it's time to refill, you get sent this. You're not constantly getting these glass bottles. You get these guys. This is Immortal Eyes. This did not fill up the bottle, or it overfilled the bottle, so I still have some left over. So their refills actually are a little more than this. It says it's not, but I tried to refill it and I didn't. If you ever have a hard time putting this into the bottle because it's small, put the pump in here and pump the remaining in when you start getting to the top. Okay, but it's 10% less when you get the refills. So there you go. All right, so fake ID, put in the back, and now I'm gonna go over to our little secret. And again, this is the product of the month, 20% off, or if you set it up for quarterly, you'll get 50% off. It's good stuff. And this is a firming wrinkle repair serum, and they also put what steps you're on, which I love that. I love that. Makes it think, I don't wanna think in the morning. I don't really wanna think at night. So when they put my numbers on, that makes it nice. Again, about a half a pump. I rub this on, and then I start out here on the outside where I get my crow's feet, and then I go right here in between my brows because I've got kids, and I'm always like, what are you doing? And I just bring this up, and this is something that, it's skincare, not magic, but consistency is key. And using your skincare regularly, consistently, I do this morning and night, and these, again, will last you. When you see the sticker price and you're starting off on a regimen, you put in starter 20 and you'll get 20% off a full regimen. And then anything else you add to your cart. So if you add an eye cream, you'll get that 20% off of that too all the time when you're doing your first starter kit. But then set it up on quarterly and you'll get another 15% off because these will last you 3 to 4 months. I've been doing this for almost a year. I've only had to refill this once, and this is, I'm not even halfway through and I've been using this for over a month. This stuff works, okay? I do also like to sometimes just put a little tiny dopper, and I'll put it on my neck because right here and right here are starting to show that 50's coming. 50's coming, and I'll do whatever I can. I'm not gonna go and spend a bunch of money on peels, and it's too scary. It's too scary, okay? I've watched too much Real Housewives to see what could happen, and I just can't. Okay, so I'm gonna get into an additional product that I just recently added this month, and I've actually noticed that I can feel it. Now, this is where I was talking about the Botox in a bottle. I feel it for a few hours. I think it's more of a memory line thing. This is not gonna be like Botox. This is not gonna save you, but I do think it's a nice little bonus that does help a bit. And I think it's a long game thing too. But this is called Poker Face. It's an instant crease and wrinkle relief cream. You know, I think that's a little bit of an excess of wordage because I don't notice, like, let's look at my forehead. It's almost gelatiny, but if you rub it, it doesn't fully come off a whole lot. So I just rub my finger and I add just a little pea size to my forehead. I mean, I'll try anything. I got magic rocks under my bed to help with communication. Like, I don't know if it works, but I'm gonna try it. I got love rocks in the corner. So I just rub this in on the middle, and then whatever's on my hand, I rub on my smile lines. And a little goes a long way. I am 44, and I don't wanna look 44. My makeup is to make me not look 44. I love cream makeup, but my skincare, I have to add these extra steps. I mean, I'm not in my 20s, I'm not in my 30s, and I wish I can complain about the things I complained about my face and body in my 20s and 30s. I'll take those problems back over these ones. Okay, got back problems, hip problems, my knee. Oh, I can't sit too long because then I can't put weight on one of my hips. It's just, but I do, when I add this to my forehead, well, thank you, bro. But nope, 44. But when I put this poker face on, I do feel that freezing feeling. It's kind of like, you know, when you put that cinnamon plumping gloss on, you feel the cinnamon. I think it tricks your brain into thinking, oh, my lips look bigger. I think the same thing, like I'm still moving my forehead just as much and you still see all the things with this. I feel it, I don't see it, but I'll try anything. And so I'll report back on this one. I'm not going to say like, you need this. I think it's a good addition to try, and that's it. All right. I always do my under eyes last. So I'm going to go into my Anytime, Anywhere. And what I do, because I have long nails, is I just tap it to the side. But it is just like a nice moisturizer. Everybody who tries this stuff loves this stuff. Anytime, Anywhere. I just put a little bit on. A little goes a long way, and that's why these last so long. And so I just moisturize my face. And then I just bring it up the mid of my neck, because this is where, right here and here, is where I'm starting to notice, is it skin thinning? What is it? I don't know. But I put this moisturizer on. Again, it doesn't bump me up to greasy because it's formulated for oily skin, and it's also formulated for maturing skin. And so I put it on and it balances me out. All right, upgrade. This makes me feel so darn fancy, because it has this cute little doe foot and it's metal. A lot of people keep this in a fridge. So if you keep one of those little beauty fridges in your bathroom, or you can throw this in your fridge while you're making your coffee, you're popping this on, it just makes this cold and it just helps with depuffing. So I just pump a half a pump on. Once I see it pop out, that's all I need. And then I just use this doe foot, and I don't keep mine refrigerated and it's still cold. And then I just rub this around and it helps with drainage. It helps with depuffing. This is caffeinated. It's like my morning coffee for my under eyes, and then I got my morning coffee for my body and my brain. But this just makes me feel nice. I always bring it up onto this inner corner here, and then I bring it up on my crow's feet, but I just swipe it, and it's so nice. A lot of people have said, so when you see me do makeup on Mondays, I put balm under my eyes. I've been trying Beauty Society, and they have a concealer. And typically when I use Tarte or NARS concealer, I would add a balm underneath to avoid crepiness, separation, the way that concealers change throughout the day. I don't use the balm. I used this, I used a concealer, and I didn't notice any of those problems before. But a lot of people, even with Saint, I skipped the balm, used my Saint as well, and I didn't need the balm either. And it was amazing. So it's really super hydrating, and I do love it. And again, I would call this an addition to your collection. I like the Immortal Eyes to start because I wouldn't put caffeinated on. I had somebody who used a caffeinated eye cream at night and it kept them up. So I don't know what that's about. They're just super sensitive to caffeine. I'm not. I can have a Diet Coke at 9 o'clock at night and go to bed just fine. But they put caffeinated on, and some people are just crazy sensitive to caffeine, and it kept their eye cream. That was the only caffeine they had done, had kept them up. So I like Immortal Eyes to start. I think eye creams are super important if you're getting up there. I always tell people, kids, everybody, when I'm doing their makeup, is do eye cream as a teenager. Do eye cream forever. If you're gonna do, to me, if you're gonna skip something, don't skip eye cream. Never skip eye cream. All right, so once I get this on, I just take my ring finger and I'll just give it a last little massage. It just feels good. I think it feels good, and it just gives it a last little spread out, and it absorbs really nice, but I always bring it down onto my orbital and then up. But your ring finger is your wimpiest finger. You don't want a lot of pressure on your under eyes. You don't want to see, I mean, remember when we put eyeliner on, we pulled it? Okay, I look like I'm 50 years old with makeup. Have you seen me with makeup? I don't look 50 years old, but okay. I like how I look in my makeup. And I think that, and I say this all the time because there's always somebody who gets on a live and starts saying things like this, which, why? But also, makeup is personal too, and the style of makeup you wear, the way you wear your makeup is personal to you. We don't wear our makeup for anyone else. And if you like the way you look in your makeup, it doesn't matter if somebody says you look 50. If you feel good, I'm almost 50. So if I look 50, I'm on track. I love how I look. I love how I look with my makeup on. What someone else thinks of my makeup, I care not. But I do love sharing techniques that help other people. But if you want to be this person right here that says you look 50 years old with makeup, I think you need to look in the mirror and figure out why you're saying that to people that you don't know. Okay. Okay, the Beauty Society Concealer. I do like it. I actually like it better than Tarte. I like it better. It doesn't crepe. I really like it. And on Monday on my live, I think I'm going to do it today in my Facebook also, just because it's a new product. I'm having fun with it. I love my Saint more. I'm going to say that too. I get a very similar look. So here's my thing. I want to say the concealer is in the 20s. Saint's $16. It's so hard to go away from a $16 makeup. It's so hard to leave that palette. I find the look on par, like Beauty Society. I used their contour stick, their concealer, and their Liquid Perfect 10 foundation. I found my makeup looked the same as Saint. It cost more. I had to dig through a bag and it took a little bit longer. Like the time Saint cuts, like there's just some things that I just can't leave. And Saint is so good. Okay, do you use mascara? If so, okay, I do use mascara. I don't use Saint's mascara. I don't feel like they released it to give us enough time to work with it, sit with it, play with it, and live with the mascara. There's 3 kinds of mascara that Saint came out with. I just think they put the cart before the horse on that one. I don't like tubey mascaras also, so I also feel like mascara is personal on the style. You like your lashes to look. I like full lashes, and so I like volume. I found that their volumizing mascara transferred, fell out, and then if I had a dot of fallen mascara, as it dries, mascaras can do that. If I wiped it away, I got a black streak. It's also quantity in the bottle. I think it's shit. It tripped my trigger a little bit that they did 0.2 grams in a mascara bottle. I feel like they put more into the look of the bottle than the product itself. And I'm never gonna steer you guys in the wrong direction. Some people are adding the volumizing and then sealing it with tubing. You don't need to spend $50 on mascara. I like Bare Minerals Lashtopia. You get twice as much product and it's $5 cheaper. So go to Ulta, go get Bare Minerals Lashtopia. You'll get more product, more quality, no fallout, no transfer than Saint. I love Saint makeup. I don't like their mascara. She never wanted to do mascara. I don't know how it came out like this. I just don't think they were quite there yet. They still needed more time. The bottles are beautiful. The product is just a little lackluster for me. And so I went and I used it for 2 weeks, and then I went and I bought a Bare Minerals for 20 bucks. So there's that. Okay, so I've done all my skincare. The next thing I'm adding while we're on mascara, lash serum. Again, I'm 44. Because I like volume, there was, I would say, a year here and there where I did the lash extensions. Loved them, but they wreaked havoc on my natural lashes. But then also as I'm maturing, they're thinner, they're shorter. So I got Babe Lash. Sometimes they have a buy one, get one. I love this stuff. I think it's a good affordable price. I wanna say it's less than $50. And they also have a mascara. It's called For Real, another really good mascara that I liked a lot. And if I wanted free shipping, I just added that mascara. I think it's $8 for the mascara, and I got free shipping, and I got this bottle and mascara. Great products. So what I'm gonna do is I just swirl it around. I keep it on its side so all the product lies down here. This will last you about 3 months. And if you can get sometimes, and I always say try this. This isn't my coupon code. This is an influencer's coupon code. I need a mirror for some reason, the camera, but you just put this along your lash line. I have had amazing hair growth with this. I love my lashes. I don't need to go glue on any. I was doing the glue under ones. I don't want to. So I want long lashes, and I want a volumizing mascara. This will give you length and some fullness, but it's gonna get you length, and then you go get a volumizing mascara. I think it comes down to the bristles a little bit. I like those brushy bristles more than I like the plastic tubes, but with the Babe Lash mascara. It is a plastic one, but I still love the product. I think it's a good product. I don't think the shelf life is as long as Bare Minerals. Bare Minerals lasts a long time. They're a quality mascara. Mascara. Again, we're just going to add this to the lash line. I do this morning and night, and I love it. So if you skip a day, it's so fine. All right, and that's my skincare. That is my morning skincare. This takes me 30 minutes because I talk my brains off. This has been great. I was really scared today because I only got one person. Okay, what is my least favorite product and why? Are you asking about Beauty Society or Saint? I don't like mattifying foundations. I've tried a lot lately. Charlotte Tilbury has a good foundation. I really like that one, and that was the one I've been comparing to. You can't compare liquid to creams. You just can't. And that's one of the things I found myself trying to do is I'm so used to Saint. I was expecting Saint out of a liquid. It's like expecting a cream to be like a powder. It's just not. Anything that has a powder finish for me and my maturing skin, I always, here's what I look for. When I try makeup, I'll wear it for the day, and there's a few key places. I will always check my concealer under my eyes because it's a soft tissue. Everybody has this, everybody. And some it's worse than others, but everybody has this soft tissue. But my smile lines always cracked with, especially the mattifying, the 24-hour wear, the 12-hour wear. That double wear wasn't a great fit for me. There was a $10 one off of Amazon, wasn't a good, but they were mattifying and they had stay. And when you have that, it almost sets. When I'm using Saint, I can reset it if it moves. And if it moves too much, that means I just used too much product, but I'm able to reset it. I can't do that with traditionals, especially mattifying, but I would crack. I looked like a darn statue. I'd crack, I'd gather, and I'd crack. There's this guy right here. This is my towel right here for my forehead, and then right here. Finding a makeup that's gonna move with these areas is key for me. That's what I look for. I wanna know that if I do my makeup in the morning, I'm not having to go and redo something to fix it halfway through the day. I wanna know that I don't have to wash my face and redo my makeup if I'm gonna be going to dinner with people. So makeup for me, everybody has their thing that they pick apart. I want coverage on my cheeks. I have old acne scarring. I have hyperpigmentation. It's growing like ivy up my face. I don't want this to show. It's a big insecurity for me and the way I want to look throughout my day. My skincare plays a huge factor into the wear of my makeup. That was a game changer for me, is finding a skincare that my skin said, I like this. And then my makeup said, I like this. And the way it goes on and the way it lasts, I love the way this balances my skin. So if you're dry, you don't want to look oily. You want to look balanced. If you're oily, you don't want to look dry and you don't want to flake. You want to look balanced. And I find that this, and I love, everybody's always told me, well, you're maturing, so you're going to start drying. But I'm not dry right now, so I don't want to use skincare for dry skin. I want something that works with my skin right now. I'll deal with my dry skin when I got dry skin, but I need to work with my skin right now. I have loved the way my skin responded to this, and it's so great. I'm going to start doing Saturday lives, so I would love for everybody to keep coming, and I'm going to try different things, different products. I'm going to talk about resurfacing, shaving your face. No, it doesn't turn you into a gorilla. It's not going to make you all hairy. I'm not going to leave looking like my husband in a few weeks, but I'm going to talk about my night routine and the things I use for my night routine. I love sharing new products, and I love sharing things that work, because if it works for me, it could work for someone else. But I do believe skincare is super personal. So when they had the travel sizes, I really jumped on it on my Facebook. So I'm gonna go and get myself ready for the day. I gotta go sell Girl Scout cookies today. And so I gotta do my makeup, and I'm gonna be doing that on my Facebook group. I do a live every first of the month on my Facebook group, and I think I'm gonna use the Beauty Society makeup just to see it. So if you are curious about it, it's called Incognito as the concealer, because I know somebody asked about that. I do like it. I like it more than Tarte, and I will be using it today. I did like the longevity. I actually feel like it lasted a little longer than Saint, because I always check my finish at the end of the night when I go to bed to wash my face. The first place I look on my face is this side right here. Okay, yes, Wake Up is the first of the month. I love that song. But I am feeling better. I still have that cough, but it's okay. Throat coat tea saves the night. But every night before bed, before I wash my face at night, I always check this cheek. This is my bad cheek. And I want to see how the makeup works with it, especially this spot here. It's makeup, not magic. So sometimes this pulls through. It depends on colors and products and the wear of the day. If you're talking on your phone, understand your phone's going to pick up makeup. If you rest your face, it's going to pick up makeup. Makeup, not magic. Understand what are you doing with your makeup? But I did actually feel like the Beauty Society lasted a little bit longer than Saint. I did notice that if I had a runny nose and I touched it with a tissue, it didn't transfer as much as Saint does. So there are some things, like different things check different boxes, and I'm always trying to find new products, and it's fun playing with new makeup. So I have been having fun playing with more traditional makeup, but I still like Saint more. I think it works really well with maturing skin, but if you want something that has some skincare infused, it does have anti-aging in the Perfect 10 and in the concealer. I did actually feel like when I put the Incognito on my forehead, the concealer, with Poker Face, if I use my Poker Face and I did Beauty Society because I did it all week this week to try it out. Hormonal acne as a 50-year-old. Yes, I got a guy right here popping in. I get horrible acne. Double cleansing is key. One of the other products I added is Take It Off. I know e.l.f. has a really good makeup melt. Take It Off is the Beauty Society makeup melt, and I use this with the microfiber and warm water, and I love it. Hormonal acne, I don't know enough about skincare to be like, this will save you, but I do really like their Take It Off. I've bought it multiple times. But I do feel like when I use the Poker Face and then I use my Beauty Society makeup with the Incognito concealer on my forehead, I felt it a little longer. It was weird. I've used Poker Face with Saint, I've used Poker Face with Beauty Society makeup, and I felt this a little longer with the Beauty Society makeup. But again, the price point kills me. I don't recommend Beauty Society blushes. That's another thing. Oil for eyebrows. Oh, I'll have to try that. Ooh, that's a good idea. Because, you know, the 1990s didn't do us any favors with our brows. But, oh, I forgot what I was saying. Somebody tell me what I was talking about. But, I don't know. I love the skincare. When you love something, you share it. I mean, that's restaurants, that's hair products, that's a shirt. And you usually tell people what you like. But there are some key things on here. Oh, I was talking about blush. I don't like Beauty Society's blush. It's $46. That's a stupid price for blush. And Saint has 80% pigmentation, whereas Beauty Society's, I don't even think it's 40% with their sticks. I do like their contour. I just notice it's not very dense and it blends down really quick. So I always have to add more. But their blush, because we all know, if you know, you know here, I pick blushes that are gonna hide my stuff. I use my Frenchie, Daylily, and then I pair it with something else, but it gives me coverage and gives me coverage with my blush and my bronzers. Beauty Society blushes are overpriced and too light of coverage for me. So I've been hybriding. So I'll use their Perfect 10 foundation, I'll use the Incognito concealer, and then I'll use their contour sticks together. But when it comes down to using my blush, I switch and I use Saint blush because I get that added coverage. And then I love my finish. Okay, you tried another brand contour stick and it goes away so fast. Ooh, which stick? You'll stick with Saint. I like the density of Saint because it stays. You put it on and it stays. And I love their different levels of cools versus warms because everybody's undertones are slightly different. And I love the way that it works and stays. Like you could use it as a prep. It's such a good product. I used the Milk contour stick and that was a really good contour stick. So if using something from Ulta, I really did like the Milk contour stick. That one was a really good one. Hourglass has a stick foundation, a cream foundation, and I did like that one. So I did try that one, but again, the price point is stupid. I hate the word stupid because I've been called stupid, but the price point is crazy. Oh, Celeste. I haven't tried Celeste. I've been seeing these little palettes of like 5 colors that people are using too. I'm like, just get Saint. Just get Saint. But yeah, I love playing with makeup and finding different options. And I think Perfect 10 is the first liquid foundation that I like. It is a light medium coverage, But through Saint, I learned like you don't have to use foundation to get max coverage and then go in with more. So I try to balance as much, and then I use the concealer to spot treat little areas, and I don't find that the layering is as thick as when I used to use traditional makeup. So I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna go do my hair, and then we're gonna go down to my makeup room, and I'm gonna go live on Facebook. There is a link in the description for my link tree. You can do your skincare quiz, you can shop skincare, you can get color match, try Saint, and you can join my Facebook group there if you want to. Hello, I'm glad you're new, but I'm all done. But I'm gonna go onto Facebook and do my makeup. I am gonna use the Beauty Society stuff. They do have just really good products, and I don't geek out on skincare. I geek out on makeup. But the women in the group I'm a part of that do Beauty Society, they geek out on skincare. So if I don't know an answer, I can find an answer. And I like that because I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, I don't know, but I will find out. A lot of people do not do that anymore. They have to like give a BS answer because they can't say, I don't know. It's okay to say, I don't know, because then you get to go find the answer and then you do know. So that's it. That's my makeup live, or not my makeup live, my skincare live, my first Society Saturday. And I will be back next Saturday, 8 a.m. Pacific time, and I'm going to be doing my nighttime routine. That one's fun. So I'm going to put my makeup on before so that you can see how I do it. All right, that's it. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. And say something nice to somebody today.